Hi, this is Akiba Freak Labs and Tokyo Hackerspace. This is a talk for hacking a Geiger counter in nuclear Tokyo.
This is the Geiger counter that we started with. It's a vintage Geiger counter that our friend Ryuzium got. At the time, there were no more Geiger counters available, and so this is what we had to work with. I started by opening up the box and checking out the insides. We had discussed in the hackerspace that we could probe the speakers and extract the counts per minute from there, and so that was one of the things I was investigating. After I made sure the speaker was accessible, I soldered wires to it so I could check it out on the oscilloscope. This is a scope capture of what the clicks look like. Once I was able to see this, then I knew I could feed it into a controller and be able to count the click events. Now it's time to hook it up to the PC and start writing the software. I spent a few minutes writing the software just to make sure it would work. After that, then it was on to the next task. The Geiger counter was originally meant to be a field instrument. That means that it's battery powered. Since I wanted to do long-term monitoring, I had to figure out how to externally power the device. So I did this by covering the batteries with tape and attaching wires to it. And those wires would feed into an AC adapter and power the device. So once I got that out of the way, then I decided to add a wireless interface. The reason was because I wanted to keep the Geiger counter outside, but I didn't want to run any thick cables out onto my balcony. Any thick cables would have forced me to keep my door slightly open, and since there's radiation and fallout outside, it was just not a good thing to do. Once I was able to collect the data wirelessly, then I wrote an interface from my PC to the internet, and so the data would automatically upload to a service called PatchBay. PatchBay is a sensor data aggregation service, and it's very useful for collecting sensor data. Finally, to protect the device, then I used the original box that it was shipped in, and I mounted all the devices inside the box. I taped all the devices down because we were going through a lot of aftershocks, and if any large aftershock hit, then it would potentially knock the devices around. Finally, I closed up the box and put it on my balcony. As of this video, I'm still collecting data and sending it up to PatchBay, and that data feed is being consumed by multiple radiation maps set up by other people and informing the public about the radiation readings around Japan.
This is the actual Geiger counter in action. You can see that it's covered in the box, and actually it's raining today, and so it's good to have the box here. This Geiger counter has been working for approximately 3 weeks now, or 2 weeks now. You can hear the clicks. And right now it's registering approximately 60 to 80 counts per minute.
Moving forward, Tokyo Hackerspace is working with rdtn.org, which is a diverse group of people around the world, and they're trying to create radiation maps for Japan. One thing we realized from this whole ordeal is that we're going to need to monitor the radiation levels in real time and for over a long term in order to see what the real environmental impact is and how long radiation levels stay elevated in certain areas. And for this effort, one of the things that we're developing in Tokyo Hackerspace is a Geiger counter with an integrated web client. And so all you would need to do is put the Geiger counter outdoors, and then it would automatically upload the data onto the internet. Once we finish this, we're going to try and get these into the hands of people around Japan so we can start monitoring in different areas.
So that's about it. I think one of the last things I want to say is that this whole experience has taught me that everyone has skills they can contribute to a disaster situation like this or maybe somewhere else in the world. So in my case, it was electronics because that's my specialty. But in the hackerspace, we had artists, writers, chefs, IT people, programmers. Everyone was contributing their own skills and in their own way in order to turn this whole ordeal into something positive. And so you probably already heard about Chris Harrington, who started up his own shelter, and we have many other projects going on, like solar lanterns, providing coloring books for kids, etc. And so all of that is just coming from the different skills of different people that are contributing to the relief and rebuilding. So thanks for listening to me talk. In the hackerspace, we believe that the next steps will be even more difficult, and that will be the rebuilding of Japan. And for that, everyone's skills are going to be needed. So hopefully we can all work together. Thank you very much. Hi, this is Akiva from Brick Labs in Tokyo Hackerspace, and this is my crib. Wrong show? Oh, take two.